Hey everyone, this is Steve with Collider, and I'm here in our South by Southwest studio with the fine folks behind The Gutter. How are you guys doing today?
Good. Thanks for having us.
Great.
There we go.
Amazing.
I really want to start by saying you guys made me laugh a lot.
Hell yeah.
And thank you, because there's just not enough comedies in the world. So I'm just going to start. And the other thing is, and this will make sense after you've seen the movie, thank you for wearing a shirt to the interview.
Wow. Walt Liquor, everybody. Walt Liquor.
Right. So listen, most people will not have seen the movie yet who are watching this. So who wants to bite the bullet and tell everyone what it's about?
It's the quintessential fish out of water story of a young black dude who takes over the world of bowling. And if you know anything about bowling, there's like a black dude bowling, but like when we made this, there wasn't. Yeah, there wasn't. So in the 6 months of us making the movie, yeah,
God damn it. I'm looking for him.
Yeah.
God damn it.
but it's it's about a young black dude taking over the world of bowling with his amazing coach Skunk, and trying to defeat and tarnish in her eyes the legacy of the best bowling champion in the world, Linda Curson. And dear Paul Reiser here plays Angelo Powers, the Marv Albert of the bowling world,
The biter, yeah.
But with his own hair.
But with his yeah.
So the
Does that give you a sense, everybody? Do you get a clear picture of what you're watching? It's like Oppenheimer, but with more bowling.
Yes. I actually was thinking the same thing. It's a very astute statement about the film. So I really want to start with the opening of the movie. Really made me laugh hard with the way that Walt quits jobs, and talk a little bit about the opening, because this is not a spoiler to, I think, if it's in the first 5 minutes of a movie.
We're trying to paint Alley Cats as this place that is kind of a safe haven for weirdos. And you see Walt at all these seemingly normal jobs, and he doesn't quit. He just gets fired. Like he is kicked out of what is, the normal working world. And then he finds Alley Cats, and he's almost, he almost doesn't even make it there. And then he gets brought into the fold, and it becomes this home for him that he feels so deeply attached to that he just has to save it.
For all four of you, what was it about the project specifically that said, I want to be a part of this?
For me, it was... Yeah, that's it. And that's the same for all of us. It was because
all
we
of us together make one paycheck.
almost.
They all needed to
almost
buy one lunch.
That's right. It is rare to read a script where you're laughing out loud throughout it. And it was so, I was laughing. I was saying, oh my God. I would read passages like it's the Bible, to my,
It is.
It is. In a way, it is.
was.
I would read parts to my husband out loud. I just loved the script so much that I felt, lucky to even have it sent my way. It's insane. It's the craziest script I've ever read. I'm scared of it, but it was so, it
did come from God.
Yeah, that's right. I'm scared of him. Yeah.
I would actually read it and also call her husband, and I didn't even know the guy.
didn't know
That's
him.
but I felt like, let me bounce it off
And then
of
it
him.
felt like because that happened, it was like.
Felt right.
Yeah.
But you always had a dream to do this type of movie.
50 years in the business, I've been looking for a bowling. I did do a ping pong. I did do baseball, a couple baseball, but I had never found that one bowling movie.
You did a baseball movie? I'm joking.
Yeah, I did a couple. I did
I'm
a
joking.
ping pong movie. But so for me, this was very important, part of my legacy. Yeah. And Shameik.
Ditto. Yeah.
50 years in the business.
50 years in business.
50 years.
Yeah.
50 years. No, the question one more time was, how amazing was this experience? It was fun.
Why did you want to do
No, what was it about the script? What was it about the project?
But
I thought it was fun.
It was an amazing experience.
Let's just do that one.
How amazing was this experience? Yes or no?
Yeah. Yes, 3 times.
One of the things that what I like, there's one of the many things I liked is how there's just like random throwaway lines that come out of left field. And I'm going to quote one and let me know if that's okay. But it's like, just like racism in America, this is over. You know, like.
I did write that joke, yeah.
But there's a lot of those in the movie where I'm just like, wait, what?
Yeah, there are.
That's why you have to see it more than once.
Yeah.
Because it's funny, but then you miss. You're laughing so hard that you miss the next few really subtle things because we played it seriously since it meant so much to us.
Yeah.
Right?
Truly.
But truly, what makes this particular type of comedy work so well is that nobody is going for the laughs. They're saying these are just all really flawed characters saying stuff that, my character would just say stuff that's tremendously wrong, and just does not realize in any way that it's wrong. But you hear these things, and I remember reading it going, what did they just write? Oh my God. And it's so funny. You do have to see it twice.
Yeah.
You have a lot of funny, like what could be improvised, and I don't know how much is scripted, but when you're doing some of that announcing, how much is that you, like the night, and I'm always curious about this with comedians, how much is it like the night before you're going to film something, you see what's on the page, and you're thinking about alts before you get there the next day, and how much is it sort of in the actual moment you're saying these things, and then you're like, oh, I have another version.
You're giving me way too much credit. These guys wrote really funny shit, and I would say it. And that was my process.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay. There we go.
There was not a lot of improvising. I remember. It was, as I said, the script was really funny, and it was funny because in my case, Angelo does not know that there's anything wrong with what he's saying or anything funny about it. That to me is what was funny about it. So the more straight I could play it and stick to what they wrote, the funnier it was. I, like America, have not seen the movie. As we sit here today, I have not seen it.
When is I don't actually know when
Tomorrow morning.
Tomorrow.
Oh, there we go.
Great.
Yeah,
It's gonna be
people are
fun.
going
Am I in it?
Yeah, you're in it.
Okay.
You're great.
You have a pretty.
This would be awkward.
Yeah.
You have a pretty big part.
Yeah.
Sorry. No, you go. Thanks.
I felt it was such a like fun. What's the word? It starts with a C. We're coming together. Collaborative. It was such a collaborative set where we would stick to the script, but then you guys would throw out all. Sorry. It's just the suede is so
so nice.
soft.
So
My
nice. Yeah,
God.
I've been wanting to touch
and you
this.
should take a little feel. There you go.
right.
But
It's good.
it was,
it's expensive.
you guys would throw out alts and they would crack us up, or we would be like, shit, should we really say that? I mean, a lot of things that you guys would be like, just say it, just trust us. And we're like, okay, we trust you. But also like, I remember Susan, do you remember there was like a take where she's talking to some guys, on the back wall. This is, oh, yeah. But, and you were just like, say whatever. And whatever Susan said made us laugh so hard, fully improvised, not in the script.
She starts. The joke starts with her asking if they've seen.
No, I got it, bro.
I got it, bro. No, I got it, bro. Okay, Elvis.
The joke starts with us, with Susan asking the guys against the wall, have they seen the movie Are We There Yet with Ice Cube?
Yeah.
And then she just keeps
going.
asking them more questions.
Yeah.
And we were just dying. So
Yeah.
we just let it go. There's a scene with Susan and Skunk talking to one another against that same wall that like, I will say to again, so much credit to Isaiah. Like, I think that sometimes, and this is the markings of a true director versus just an idiot who happens to be there. I would always be like, okay, that was the line, great. And Isaiah's like, just let them go. Like, let them go. You are gonna find something. And every single time we did that, so much of that stuff made it in the final cut. So all credit goes to him, and I'm so glad that we did it that way.
The joy of a film for me is always collaboration, and that only happens when you can trust that everybody that you're working with is stable enough and aware enough and kind of game enough to go with it, because otherwise you're kind of, part of your brain is looking out for them, which is, doesn't work as well. So it was very clear that everybody could roll with whatever was coming down. And so the dance that happened was really fun. on top, but the lines were so funny in themselves that you didn't have to yuck it up at all, and that's why you have to see it twice, because we're throwing away a lot of really funny stuff that you'll notice later. So yeah.
But you know what? Also, it's so true that the collaboration is always the fun part. Having said that, this was so clearly their baby that if they wrote something really crazy, we go, it's their career. You know what I mean?
Won't affect us at all.
True, very true.
I just work here.
Yeah.
Well, to that end, sorry, just real quick. Sorry, to that end, one of my favorite things is one of my favorite memories is we're filming a scene with Susan like by the pool, and we were like, "Hey, you have to say this thing," and she was like, "What?" And we were like, "Yeah, you have to say this," and she was like, "Why?" And we were like, "Because like it's not even like a big joke, but like we just were explaining it to her, and she goes, I literally don't get that at all, but I'll say it. And we were like, okay. And it is truly one of the funniest lines in the movie now.
It's sort of like putting a party hat on a dog. It's like, you don't think it's funny, but trust us. Everybody's going to find
work.
it.
It's going to work.
So I'm always fascinated. I am
Perhaps
fascinated.
I misspoke.
No.
Right. I am fascinated by the editing process because it's where it all comes together. So you have a rough cut. You seem pretty happy with it. Who do you trust? Who did you show it to for like honest, brutal feedback? And what did they say that made you look at the film in maybe a new way that only helped make the film better?
Interesting question.
Yeah. You want to go first?
Me and Yassier have we've worked in television in some capacity for a very long time. We've got a lot of friends who do the same kind of things that we do and kind of know our senses of humor and our sensibilities. And we showed it to them. I showed it to my pastor. He said not to even put it out.
Oh, okay, yeah.
But
he's also a criminal, so
yeah. He breaks me off, so I don't really.
This is the thing. Like all of us are kind of sitting here going, like, is that true? I don't think that's true.
Yeah, we do improv that's just slightly believable. That's our very funny.
But no, I think we just have friends and family, some reps, I guess.
Yeah.
Mostly, it's funny because it's usually one or the other. Like when we're on separate stuff, we send stuff to each other,
Right?
And we kind of edit like that. But doing it, I think it was kind of like mostly like me and you and like a handful of our friends, really our close, trusted friends.
Yeah.
Did you get anything that was useful that you?
I mean,
you acted on?
honestly, because we did a screening in New York while Isaiah was in New York, and we did an early screening there and an early screening here. And one of the dudes in the movie, Langston Kerman, who's a phenomenal actor, comedian, everything, he and our producer, Liz, had the exact same note where they're like, we actually think you should start the movie this way. And so we did it, and that's what is in the final. And there was other jokes that people said went too far, and we were just like,
Okay, we'll get rid of them.
Yeah.
So your producer said something that was actually very helpful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've not had that experience.
Yeah. No, it is rare. Yeah. The rest of the
She's
text she sent me though is just me giving a thumbs down emoji. So.
If you could only watch one TV show for the rest of your life, what TV show would it be and why?
Oh wow.
Mad About You because of Helen Hunt.
I was in that. Oh, that's awful. That is awful.
Great joke.
Yes.
Great show, for real. Literally. The best show. The best fucking sitcom.
It's too late. It's too late. Just stop. Just stop. What show would I watch?
rest of your life.
For the rest of my life, I would watch the original Superman because then I could feel like I was 9 and I could just like milk and cookies and I would just be very happy.
The one with
George Reeves.
Yeah, I was going to say I couldn't remember George Reeves' name. But
It's George Reeves.
I'm admitting I could not remember. I know exactly what he looks like. Couldn't remember the name.
He's in black and white.
Exactly.
Is it color? I can't remember.
I think that might be a show that switched to color as it went. Oh, cool. I could be wrong.
All right.
I think maybe The Sopranos because of family values. I really celebrated that show, which I actually hadn't watched until lockdown.
Oh, yeah.
For real?
I'd only watched a few because I don't have a TV, but then I could actually, binge it. Yeah. And I just was very moved by the loyalty in that family.
And then you understood why it won a few awards.
Yeah. And also I had worked with Jimmy Gandolfini right before he passed, and I wish I had seen it before I worked with him, because I had just watched like the 2 first episodes, and I don't know. If you don't have a TV, then you have to plan to watch things. You can't just like, I'm bored, let me turn it on. Oh, look what's happening. You have to actually know it's Tuesday. Oh, what's that today? But so I've missed a lot of things. COVID was very helpful for me that way. I got to binge all these shows, so I'm now more hip on what's happening.
I feel like you can afford a television.
Right. And also, you think you're hip on TV, but that show is 20 years old.
I know, but at least I have a cultural reference.
Right, yeah.
It's an excellent show.
Yeah. Shameik?
My answer might be underwhelming, but I like this show called Static Shock growing up, and I feel like I could watch that for a long time.
Yeah.
So, well, technically, he's a superhero. He has dreads. He controls electricity, and yeah.
And Michael B. Jordan, I think, was developing it or is
Who?
developing
What?
it.
What are we? Huh?
Warner Brothers.
What'd you say? One more time. I didn't. I'm sorry.
Oh, I thought you were playing. No. I think they're developing it as a live action
Are they?
movie.
Interesting.
Wait, are you? Are you involved in that at all, or no? Or am I being?
Me?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
What do you mean?
I could be wrong about who's attached to that movie, but I heard they're developing it.
Planting seeds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, currently, I play a character with electric superpowers, and so I'm being politically correct. Right. I do know Michael B., and that is a chess-playing guy right there. Static Shock is a dream role, just like Miles Morales is. So we'll see which side of the fence it plays out with. But yeah, Static Shock is a show I would watch for the rest of my life.
Septic shock.
Yeah. Yeah. Wait, what's yours?
What's mine? Mine's The Wonder Years. The Wonder Years is the show that made me want to make TV and write and being expressive. It was like a show that explained how I felt. So at that age. So I would do The Wonder Years for sure.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah.
One TV show. Fox News coverage of the insurrection. Just watch that for just on a loop and be like, okay.
They get in every time.
Yeah, I'm like, that's Pelosi's office. All right, he's wearing the horns. No. So weird and stupid. If I had to watch one show forever, I think it would be... It's like such a weird answer, but and we were talking about it the other day, I think it would be HBO's Watchmen series.
Oh, yeah. That's a good answer.
I just truly thought they did such a good job. And you're not even even though you know all the surprises, it's just so beautifully done. And we were talking about the flashback episode in particular.
The nostalgia one, yeah.
The nostalgia one. And you're just like, oh, it was just like a brilliant
Yeah. And I raised you Peaky Blinders.
Oh, okay.
I haven't seen. Yeah, I've never seen
check it out.
I've seen.
Mic drop.
Yeah. So I'm going to say that Peaky Blinders is very good. Watchmen is a masterpiece, and it's because also Watchmen is only 8 or 9 episodes, and Cord Jefferson, who just did American Fiction, worked on it. Damon Lindelof did it. Yeah. It doesn't make sense how amazing that show is.
Right.
It's really and it also brought to the light the Tulsa massacre, which no one was talking about, and it was only after Watchmen that all of a sudden all these people started talking about it.
Mm-hmm. Right.
So that's another reason to.
Yeah, it's just one season.
Live for 1 year. Yeah.
Peaky Blinders has 3.
I see your one season.
I think Peaky Blinders might even have 6 or 7 seasons.
Exactly. Tommy.
Right, exactly.
Tom. Can I say my backup is...
Sure.
You get one answer. Nope, you can't say your
Love
is Blind. Love is Blind. Everyone should be watching Love is Blind on Netflix.
So jumping back into why I get to talk to you guys and your movie. So you see the schedule and you know what's in front of you. For each of you, what day did you have circled in terms of, I cannot wait to film this? And what was circled in terms of, how the F are we going to film this?
I had the day circled where I was supposed to be making out with 2 girls at the...
Yeah, you did have that one circled. You definitely had that one circled.
That's a very raw and honest answer.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a circled day.
That sure was.
Cool.
Mic drop.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all you really need to say.
I was looking forward to that day too.
Yeah, we all were in a way. Susan and I had a scene. You know, this is like such a comedy, hard comedy, but like you were saying, we play it all grounded, and that was, you know, all by design. There's a scene that Susan and I had. I don't want to give anything away, so I won't. But just where it was more, you know, a little bit more emotional and with plenty of comedy. But I was really looking forward to that day, and I worship Susan Sarandon. She's an amazing actor. I've been, you know, we love her, don't we? And and she really delivers. Looking into her eyes while acting is something that I'll never forget. Yeah, I love her. I also am like I can't stop looking at you. I think you're the most beautiful person on the planet. Have you guys found that when she talks, you're just kind of like goo goo gaga? I gotta get out of here.
You're right.
I don't know what your husband's going to say once he sees this interview.
He knows.
Well, okay, so it's okay. Yeah, got it.
As long as he knows.
What's the question? I don't remember.
What day
remember.
did you have circled in terms of you can't wait to film something, or circled because how the F are we going to film this?
Well, the challenge was there was one day where I was shooting all the sort of pre-recorded, me sitting all my announcement stuff. And I remember looking at that. I once did a movie with Peter Falk, and I had written all these long scenes for him. And the day before we shot, he goes, "Hey, I got a problem." I said, "What's that?" He goes, "I can't learn all these fucking words." And I went, "Yeah, this is my day.
Yeah.
It's a lot of words in a row with
no dialogue.
nobody to cut to."
And you nailed it.
Oh, one take.
And he nailed it.
Kinda.
What's really funny is I could never do what you guys do. I've tried learning dialogue, and I get like 5 words in. I'm like, that's it. So I respect and understand Marlon Brando on The Godfather with cue cards, because that would be me, or like an earpiece. Yeah. Just give me the
But
lines.
you're very good at what you do.
But I'm not learning dialogue.
Okay.
This is, you see what I mean?
Yeah.
Having a dialogue, which is much different.
Yeah, sort of.
You can Venmo me $10,000, please. Just
If I can give you, can we lower that to 5? if we can do that at 5, we can. I can agree to it.
And as far as the like, how are we going to shoot this? I will just say there were many jokes in this movie that when I read them, I was like, well, surely we won't actually say this. Surely we'll cut this before we get to the day. And my friends, we did not cut. We said it all.
I'm actually going to say, what is something that you, if you can remember, and I don't want to spoil anything, but what's a line that you couldn't believe you got to say?
I mean, you can say it. It's not in there.
I know. I mean, feel free to not put this in.
I'll include
But there was a long talk. I guess we were talking and with Jacque, and I was comparing Walt's like inability to read.
Yes.
To
he said, He says that. No. Sorry. You're gonna tell the joke.
Yeah. Okay.
The setup is that
I want
he
you to.
says, if I'm not good at something immediately, I give up. That's why I can't read. And then Darcy says,
I want you to say it because you'll know it exactly. But it was like,
okay. She says, this is so crazy. She says,
I'm making him
she
say
goes, never give up. Last time I went to the doctor, he said, no one should have that many abortions. But a little voice in my head said, keep going. Was that little voice one of those unborn children? I don't
never know. We don't know science. But now you may remember that in there.
That's crazy.
And
So was that a producer note? Or was that
was a studio.
It was a studio note.
but we had fun, and it informed the character, and I'm glad we did it.
Definitely does that.
I'm glad I don't, no matter what got cut, we said it all.
Yes.
In the moment. And that's sometimes, what were you going to say, Suze?
Is relax, he was just sucking my toes still in there?
Yeah. In a different way.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but
I am so curious if you will ever release some of these boundary pushing clips on like Blu-ray / like online, or is this like
Betamax.
beta or on Betamax or
social,
Yeah.
a place where
Truth.
real comedy lives.
Could it be a graphic novel? Go backwards?
Yes.
And put the not very graphic, he says.
Yeah.
So it could be an NFT thing.
That's good. Yeah.
Yeah, right? I feel like the people who like those jokes also get NFTs.
Oh, yeah.
So
Definitely, you're 100% right.
Yeah.
But
So-
no, I just was going to say there was a lot of trust on this set, and Yassier and Isaiah, we believed in them and we trusted them and we read the script and we loved it. So I know we're making jokes about it, but when Bowl Lives Matter, I mean, there's so many things in there where it was kind of like, we're gonna do this? We're gonna say this? You want us to say this?
The cushion was, it's their career.
I wasn't going to say, but I did write down Bowl Lives Matter and also Slob. There's a bunch. I don't know if you remember.
I remember.
Right. So I looked in. I was watching the credits, and I noticed I always like seeing who people thank.
Yeah.
And you guys in the credits thanked Apatow, Eddie Murphy, Adam Sandler, Wes Anderson, Paul Thomas Anderson, Maya Rudolph. There's like a lot of names. So what were these mentioned just because? Did they help at all, or did they because
They were on set every day.
Right, exactly.
Honestly, like there were some that were like direct, like we like lightly know Maya, and so like it was.
He does.
He
does. He lightly knows Maya. I don't lightly know Maya.
I worked. But I mean, I worked on a show that she was also on. But the bigger point is that so many of those, like Judd watched it, but like Paul Thomas Anderson, like truly, I know you've seen it and you're gonna be like, what are you talking about? But he influenced so much of this movie. He influenced the way Darcy plays her character, the color palette we used with our DP Veronica, like, and that was an Isaiah thing. We were just like, Isaiah was like, this should be brown and orange, just like Boogie Nights, and it is. And the rest of them are, again, just comedically have just informed us our entire lives. I mean,
really hope they'll hire me then if they saw all these other like legitimate directors that are like making the big buck movies. That's great. Didn't know that they saw it. Fabulous.
Yeah.
No, I kind of assumed a little bit some of these people are just because they've influenced your career or inspired you in your comedy. And it's sort of like, hey, thank you.
Yeah, there's definitely that.
Yeah. Because they are going to go on IMDb and like see a special thanks and you're like, who? Yeah.
I saw Dune 2 the other day, and
Yes.
Tim Blake Nelson is in the thank yous.
Yeah, he got cut
He
out.
did? I was wondering. Okay, you know everything. Yeah,
He,
Collider knows everything.
There's a few. I spoke to Denis, and he won't ever release deleted scenes, and there were a number of deleted scenes in obviously both Dune and Dune 2, and his character was cut out. And there's other people, but it's just anyway. That's a whole separate thing. Some directors just don't like want the deleted scenes to be seen.
Yeah. I love looking at thank yous too. Yeah, we got to get them out there.
I do, but you see, in this particular instance, I do want to see the things you cut out, and even if you just want to show it to someone named Steve who works at a site called Collider, but not online. I will watch.
Okay, great.
So you guys, this is for everyone. I love. Everyone has done other projects besides this one, or worked on other things. So for all of you guys, if someone has never seen anything you've done, with the exception of this film, because it's an easy answer, what would you like them to watch first and why?
I'll go. It depends on who I'm talking to. If I'm talking to some kids, I might say America, maybe Dope, maybe Dope would be something, or that might be my first, like, safe.
You're so good in that.
Yes. Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
I would say Bull Durham.
Yeah, babe.
Because that's kind of accessible, and I think everybody in it is really funny, and I think there's a real love of that sport that comes through because the director, so revered. It was the first job that I felt I wasn't overqualified for, that it actually had a character that I could dig into and find stuff, because most of the time I was hired to make a shitty part better. Not you guys, of course. But and then I guess Dead Man Walking, just to balance that. In case you're too happy, then watch Dead Man Walking.
That's a good day.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
amazing.
Or vice versa. If you're bummed, then you can watch Bull Durham and have more fun.
I think I would say, I'm skipping you so you can go last. I think I would say The Good Place, because I feel like I got to do a lot of really fun stuff as Janet. Sure. And, the writers of that show were incredible and really gave us so much to do. And I'm proud of that show. I really love it.
It's a great show.
Thanks.
I would say a movie. Is she in that still? I would. I would say a movie I did that I wrote called The Problem with People. Only because if you see that, then I know for sure it gets distributed, because it's not out yet. But if you all see it, then somewhere it must have gotten out. It'll be out.
Yeah,
right?
genius. The problem
Plant
with people.
it.
The problem with people.
Yes.
You guys have worked on other things, so
Yeah.
I would say for me, man, it's tough. I've got two answers. One, the obvious one is Blackish, because people have seen it. But I think my answer is Making History. That was mine. Well, we should both do it.
Yeah.
It was my first writing job ever. I was a staff writer, and they our cast has talked a lot about trust today. And I'll say that Julia Sharp, who was the creator and showrunner of that show, as a staff writer, trusted me a ton. It was the amount of responsibility he put on me to help him make his show has put me in this position. And I got to work with Yassier.
Yeah.
So I would say Making History.
Yeah, weirdly enough, not only is my answer the same in terms of title, but for that show in particular, I had spoken maybe 3 lines on this HBO show called Girls years ago, but I wasn't an actor in the sense at the time. And our good friend Adam Pally was like, Yassier should audition for this. He told Julius, and I was like, I'm not the guy, because first of all, I'm untalented, but but number 2, you should get someone established. And I had this audition with Adam, and Julius was there. Jared Hess, who's a producer on this movie, was also there. That's how we met. And he again was just like, you're new, this is gonna suck. He even told me, he's like, you're gonna lose too much weight, it's gonna be brutal, but you will have fun, and just listen to me, and I won't make you look stupid. And then he hired Isaiah and said pretty much the same thing, and he's shaped us collectively as what not only what comedy can be, but also how to treat people, how to and not in the sense of screaming or any of that stuff, but he really just showed how you conduct yourself on set in a really amazing way, I think.
A very underrated, ahead of its time show. Great cast, so funny. Where can we watch it?
Is it on Hulu?
I don't know.
No. For
the residual checks keep getting
Bring it
smaller.
back.
Yeah. You can get it on Amazon Prime. Honestly, if you're watching this, DM me on Instagram. I will buy you.
Great.
I will buy you the
He
season
really will. He
so
really
you
will.
can see it.
Yeah, it's great.
you guys all are here in the limelight. You're on camera. You get to promote the movie. But there's tons of people that worked behind the scenes to help make this movie what it is. So I like basically shining a light on an unsung hero, someone who helped you. So for each of you, who do you want to sort of give a shout out to? Who helped you on this project that helped make this movie what it is?
I would like to shout out our assistant, Toby. Toby is he's got a big future and he works hard. Again, he's kind.
Yeah.
I feel like not a lot of I know there are many others, but Toby he reminds me a lot of how I was when I was his age. And talk about an unsung job. I thought he was great. I'm gonna say Toby.
Nice. All right, I like that. She's directly off camera, but I'm gonna go with our producer Liz.
Yes, Liz.
Quite literally, the movie would not have happened without her. And I mean that yes, in terms of talking to studios and blah blah blah, but she was able to correct the ship when the ship was becoming too racist or too sexist or whatever direction the ship went. But I say that in all respect and love. Like I truly, we were so blessed to have someone of her caliber on this film. And also, I mean, like, again, there's a billion people. Our DP, Veronica, is out of this world.
Maggie,
our production designer.
You got to save some for the front row.
Yeah.
Also, I love that you think that a year and a half ago we shot this and we would remember anybody's names. But thank you so much for thinking we would. Veronica, the DP, was so good. She, I actually just worked with her the other day, and it was like
going with Veronica too.
Yeah, Veronica. I mean, we loved
Veronica so hard. That shitty lighting that was in the. We're for Veronica.
We love Veronica. And also just. I mean, I know this isn't Unsung Heroes, but you guys really, the leaders that you two were, and your partnership and the energy that you guys brought to the set every day, it was such a pleasant experience. It was beyond pleasant. It was like it was like one of the most fun times I've ever had.
Fever dream.
Yeah, exactly. We just had Yeah.
Oh, I was gonna say a sexist, racist fever
yeah,
dream.
No, not for us. It just was.
They don't come along that often.
Yes, that's right. But
you have to really look for them. Those things. Yeah.
Who would like to have lunch? Anybody?
Oh yeah, it is lunchtime, isn't it?
Oh no, you guys are. Oh, I was going to make a joke. You
Do
guys
it.
are done.
No.
You're. This might be the. We're all getting food after this.
Yeah, no.
Not together though, because.
Well, having not eaten, I've eaten today.
Right. Yeah.
I'm like
F you.
like a small puppy.
I don't appreciate that
every
you're
4 to
rubbing.
6 hours.
You're rubbing.
Otherwise, I ruin a carpet.
Yeah, you're rubbing my face in it. It's outrageous.
Who's on your shirt? Is that Nicolas Cage?
Oh God, no. This is a little Chow Yun Fat, a little John Woo.
Okay, sorry, yeah.
Yeah. But anyway, listen. I really want to say congratulations and thank you.
Don't hold back.
I'm saying congratulations on your movie. I have a funny feeling you're going to have a great premiere. Thank you so much for coming in, and have a great South by.
Thank you.
These were very great.
Thank you very much, man.